Hello and welcome to another episode of Gully Cricket to Bouncy Wicket podcast. I'm your host Srinivas. Today I'm joined by Raja and Manoj. In this episode, we are going to preview another IPL team, and today we have Aditya with us, who is a huge fan of KKR. Welcome to the show, Aditya.
Thanks, Shinaz. Thanks, Manoj. Thanks for having me.
Before we go into show, let our listeners know, Aditya, why are you a fan of this team?
Okay, yeah. So first of all, it all started with because of the owner, the team owner that is SRK itself, right? But yeah, like the way they started, like how McCullum plays the tournament, how he started off against RCB, and yeah, for the first 3 years, it was like a very morose time, so to say, for as a KKR fan, right? But then they got the Gambhir, who I consider like a World Cup champion, right? And he got into us, and then he brought this identity like team is first and the individual can be second and stuff like that. And thereon, we saw the brand of cricket that KKR used to play between his regime, so to say, 2011 to 2017. So yeah, that attracted you, right? I mean, he had like not his name, but you could see like how he was using those guys at a special role, so to say. Let's say for Rajat Bhatia, right, Devrata Das, and everyone. So yeah, these kind of things like attracted you to KKR more because there was a time because I'm a DC fan as well now, like previously DD, now DC, right? I'm a DC fan as well, and like at the end of 2010, I was like feeling withdrawals as well, but then they had a great mega auction, so to speak, and we had some power pack players as well. Yusuf Pathan back then, Brett Lee, and everyone. McCullum was there as well, right? So yeah, that attracted me, and still I hold on with KKR as well. I hope really they go all the way this time as well. So yes.
Yeah, good to know, Aditya. What I understood from you is I think you have been following KKR for quite some time now. But
Yeah.
if you see the recent performance, for instance, KKR has last won the IPL in 2014, right? After that, they haven't seen much of
Yes.
success. I think even in last year, they have failed to qualify for the playoffs. So, what are your feelings on last season performance?
Too close yet too far, I'll say. Because I think we lost on net run rate, which was like losing by 10 runs on the playoff spot, so to speak. Right? And it has been happening with us. You take it 2019, you take 2020 as well. Right? And there is only one team who blocks us, and that is Sunrisers Hyderabad. And on the like what happened in last season, I think couple of bad games where like both games against RCB, I'll say because that comes at the top of my mind, where we started like really bad, and there was one game against Kings and Punjab as well, where we and I think in all the three games we used to get like 10 for 3 within 4 overs, and that was really bad. I mean, you don't expect your top order, like which is a base in your T20, right? Don't like to see them collapsing like so quickly. So that just shackles all around, or like whatever the combination that you have. And we have a terrible record against MI as well, like it's 21-6 as well. So again, against them as well, we couldn't held on our chances. I think in the first game we could have really got MI, but then again some lackluster bowling at the end, and that costed us. So there were a couple of games, right? Like I mentioned, against two against RCB, one against uh, Kings 11 Punjab, one against the first game against MI. So there I thought it costed, and there was one game against CSK, which was very close. I think Lockie Ferguson's over, I think, turned the match on its head, where Jadeja like smashed around almost 17-20 runs. That costed us, and and also there was one sign, like because you see, right, in Champions team they are ruthless. Like if they know that they can win big, they cash on it. But with the KKR in few matches we saw, like they were like very easy. Like I remember a game against SRH where we were in trouble. We were 57 for 3 or somewhere around that. And Morgan and Gill did get us home, right? But it was around 18th over that when we were chasing only 140. Yes, Rashid Khan was a threat, but again we could have been ruthless. And there was one game against Rajasthan Royals. I think it was fourth game of the season for KKR, where I think we bundled them out for 137 odd, where we could have bundled them out 110 or 115, but I think Dinesh Karthik then wanted Kuldeep to have a go. Right. So I don't know, like if we could have bowled Russell, because Russell didn't bowl in that match. So maybe we could have bundled out Rajasthan for a much lesser score, and that difference would have helped us in the NRR, which from like due to which we like easily lost our playoff spot.
Yeah, I think Aditya, you have summarized it very well, saying it's too close but too far. But one last question on last year performance before we move on. If Morgan was captain from the beginning, do you think the result would have been different, or what was your thought on captaincy of KKR for last season?
I guess I would have still liked to stick with DK. I didn't like the like mid season captaincy change because it disturbed the balance of the team, right? I think I heard a podcast. There is Gaurav Kapoor did with a stand-up comedian. I think Saurabh Pant he is right. So there GK mentioned ki the vibe of Ian Morgan being the better captain than Dinesh Karthik went into the dressing room, right? Which DK didn't like, right? And there have been talks, right? You have a World Cup winning captain on your side, but still you went with
Right,
DK.
right,
So these are talks in the KKR preseason, and
right.
there is a backlash that you get, like KKR. I think SRK fans, that whoever they are, like I don't know, they strongly follow cricket or not, but the backlash they gave, and DK is a guy who I think takes these things like really personally. That's not my word. That GK said, Gaurav Kapoor said. If you remember, right. So whenever these things have happened, right. When a captain has like midway, like has given up his captaincy, like be it Gautam Gambhir in 2018 or Ricky Ponting in 2013 as well, right. So they didn't play as well. I mean, they were out of the 11 as well. A guy has just given up the captaincy, but is still playing. I know that the caliber, the player what TK is, right. There is no backup that KKR had, but it did bring some negative because if you remember in 2019 as well, right. So there have been there's been some arguments in the management as well in KKR with Simon Katich, Jack Callis, Andre Russell, and Andre Russell. So he himself called out DK in a press conference, right. So these things, I think. Like bring a lot of negativity, right? And also the question that you asked, right, ki if Owen Morgan had captain from like the beginning, I don't think so, because if you see, right, it's a team that is it's an extension of 2018 team, okay, and this
True,
is a
true.
team where Morgan hasn't had a say. Like this is not Morgan's team. He doesn't know the players, right? He's here for the first time. McCullum was here for the first time as well. So I would say this season, at least last year, half the season, he knows now about what his players are, what are their capabilities. Right now, he has a full season. I hope again they don't change anyone, but I hope Morgan can take us all the way.
Moving on, if I see the released players ahead of this season, they have released Tom Banton, Chris Green, Nikhil Nayak, and Siddharth and Siddharth Lad. Yeah, I think going into auction, they had 10.75 crores, and they haven't purchased any big player. I think barring Shakib Al Hasan for 3 crores. Of course, they don't have enough money to go for big purchases. But even if we see purchases, most of them are, I don't know how to say them, but like Karun Nair, Pawan Negi, Harbhajan Singh. Of course, there are some interesting purchases like Venkatesh Iyer, like again Shakib Al Hasan. I think Shakib Al Hasan is part of the winning team in both 2012 and 14, right? So overall, what do you think about auctions, or out of auction, did they gain anything, or have their problems of last year have been resolved in the auction? What do you think about it?
Right. So there are a couple of things that they have, I think, really fixed in terms of, I'll say, like buying some key players, in the sense a backup for all Tripathi, like as in Karun Nair, right? Because the problem with KKR at the top order is like they get bullied by the pace. So I hope Karun Nair is a domestic veteran and he can bring something at the fore, right? And Sheldon Dixon as well. So who is a DK backup, but he can literally, because he bats at the top of the, I think at number 4 Pondicherry, so he can bat as well, right? And no big names because as you know the purse was not there. But if you see, right, KKR went after two big guys that were Glenn Maxwell and Krishnappa Gautam, and they were ready to like crunch out all their purse whatever they had for both of these players. But then they bought Shakib, who was a steal, And I thought why Shakib went for so lesser price, because there were pre-rumors, right, that he might not get the NOC, but the next day itself he got the NOC. So that might have a reason to play why like he went for such a short price. But still, the batting looks quite bleak, because you can't really expect Nair and Sheldon Jackson to just come and blaze everything, because there is someone who is needed with Shuman Gill at the top to like counter and anything like stuff like that. And with respect to the releases we had, right? So Chris Green, he just came for one game where Sunil Narayan had a action issue, right? And then he really didn't get into the playing 11. Tom Benton, I think he had he pulled out, and I think KKR might have communicated to him, right, that he doesn't start in the 11 right away. He's a backup, and he just might play for 2 or 3 games, so to speak. I think he played all his games, 2 games in Sharjah and one in Abu Dhabi last year. So yeah, and he pulled out as well, I think, of on the auction as well. And with respect to the list of 3 players, Nikhil Nayak, Sudesh Lat, right? So they were not really. I don't think they might have come in the third string of players as well. So they were like the passengers, which you call, right? So they released them as well. No, and now they have added actually quite a good lot of players, because Vaibhav Arora and Venkatesh Iyer. So they are really good players. Like when Venkatesh Iyer is a very crucial player from Madhya Pradesh, and Vaibhav Arora, I think you guys might have known, right? He is very lethal with his new ball. He has got a swing. He's good with the Yorkers as well. And so that does help. But no big player, as you said. But Shakib, I think, is a very crucial addition. He's a like the KKR owner has himself said. He's a backup to 3 players, namely Morgan, Russell, and Narayan. And I think he should start. He should start if Narayan is not in a good nick.
And do you have any specific player to watch out for this season? Whom do you think will be key for this season?
I'll say Vaibhav Arora. Again, because I think he has a good fair chance of getting into the 11. And I want to say Venkatesh Iyer as well, but I don't know if he get the chance. But Ben Cutting, I think he's a player to look out for. He's not just a Russell replacement. As per the KKR analyst Instagram video I saw, he said ki, we are looking for another role for him. I think he might open. Especially watch out for him in the games in at Wankhede and Bangalore. He might
Oh,
open.
I've seen him hitting some clean sixes in BBL. I think last year.
Yeah,
He's a
and he
good
hits them
batsman.
really long. Yeah,
Yeah. I know. And he bowls good. He bowls at good pace also, right?
right. So you get the 2 overs, at least 2 overs from mid, right? So within your
Right.
first 7, you get an over from Russell and Cutting as well. So that's good. I think if they are looking at this way, because KKR's brand, like from 2016, if I can say, has been like there has been an attacking opener. Of course, we had to Lin and Narayan. But from 2019, we had Shuman Gill and Lin towards the end of 2019 season. And last year, though, Narayan didn't really went crazy like he used to. But I think many teams have now found him out. So yeah, I think KKR might just look Ben Cutting for that role.
Okay, Aditya, great to hear that Ben Cutting is going to be a crucial player in the KKR setup this year. And where do you think KKR will end up in this season?
Yeah, I'll answer that. I think I don't know if it's a news now, but I just saw, I think an hour back, Gurpreet Singh Mann, right?
Yeah.
He has been added to KKR squad. I don't know if he's just a net batsman or not, but because Rinku Singh injured, he's out of IPL.
Oh,
So I think Gurpreet Singh Man might just be an addition, because he came at one down for team
okay.
KKR too, like yeah. So I don't know when the announcement will be there. Yeah, and just to answer your question, so you said what is the chances of KKR this season, right?
Right.
Very tough, because actually the other teams have got quite strong, man. Rajasthan have got quite strong. I know Archer is not there for first 4 or 5 matches, but Rajasthan have got strong, and so has Kings and Punjab. So it's very tough. I just hope they make it to the playoffs, because other teams are like quite good, very strong. I won't say quite strong. They are very strong. But yes, I think KKR can still make it to the playoffs. Not I can't think they can they can be the champions this year, because I think Mumbai again is a very solid side. So yeah, but top four, I think they can have a top four finish for sure.
Yeah, like you correctly mentioned, all the teams are looking strong, and in fact, even in the last season, the games were close. There was no team who got completely bashed out, right? Even CSK at one stage, they were completely being bashed by every other team. Even they came back strongly in the end, and I think but the team at the bottom of the table has won 6 games out of 14, right? Which is not bad, which clearly shows there is a good bit of competition among the teams. And to start with this season, what do you think will be playing 11 for KKR?
Yeah, playing 11 should be Shubman Gill, Nitish Rana. At 3, I am just having a toss up. Okay, I think Rahul Tripathi will play, but I want Karun Nair to play. So these will be my top 3. Then Morgan, Russell, DK, 6. Then again a slash Shakib versus Narayan, but I want Shakib to start, so 7. So I think, and I have one more overseas left, right? So at 8 it will be Pat Cummins, not Lockie, because I think Andre Russell can do 80% of what Loki does at the end. I'm not saying that he's a enforcer, the middle over enforcer that we know Loki for. He's not that, but at the death, I think Russell can bowl decently. So that and then the three spots were Varun Chakravarti, of course, 9,
Yeah.
and then I'll go with two paces. So that will be Prasidh Krishna and Shivam Mavi.
So it means that Ben Cutting may not start?
No. At Chennai, of course, is not starting. But in Mumbai or Bangalore, he might start.
And last year, I think they had a fair bit of confusion in the batting order, if I am not wrong, between DK, Ian Morgan, and Russell. So, what will be the better batting order to you?
I don't think they're gonna learn from the mistakes. As from the conference I heard from Owen Morgan, he said that we are quite flexible. If anyone can move up the order, and Sunil Narayan can come and bash the spinners in the middle overs. Right? Sunil Narayan won't be an opener. I don't think so. In the going
Yeah,
forward,
I
he won't
think
see him as an opener. Yeah.
he has become quite a bit predictable, right?
Yeah, and like everyone knows how him to bowl shot, and he doesn't have an answer himself. So
Right.
yeah, you won't see Narayan as an opener, but he might come as a middle over, spin basher, so to say, because from 7 to 16, many teams use spinners, but there is who is that analyst? I forgot. From England, I just saw his video a couple of days back, but there I think they have said that the trend is changing. Teams are going with pace bowlers. So yeah, Sunil Narayan might come in if a team is using a spinner, right? Because what it does is you call your best pace bowler to get him out. If you remember last season, there was a match against DC where Sunil Narayan scored some 60-70 odd. So that was a very shady captaincy by Shreyas Iyer because he didn't call his pacer on. And Sunil Narayan just keep bashing Ashwin, Akshar Patel, and everyone left, right, and center. So yeah, that will be the case. And I don't know if they will persist with DK at the lower order, right? Because in the practice match today, what there has happened, he has batted at 4 and he scored 90 odd runs. So that's quite a good knock that he had. So again, they will be flexible, man. I don't think they will stick with DK Russell at 6 or 5 or 6. I don't like it, to be honest, because you want Owen Morgan, the captain, to lead from the front, and he should bat at 4. That is his position because he himself needs time. He is not like Russell. So yeah, but as from the conference that I heard, I don't know if that helps, but I don't know if you guys know, there is this analyst from England, Nathan Lehman. So that is a strategic consultant for KKR for this season. He is a guy who started CricViz. He's the
Okay.
he has made all this.
So he must be a
machinery.
consultant type, right?
Yeah, strategic consultant is for this season.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I hope he brings some sense to the KKR management. Yeah.
Okay, Aditya. I think I'll now open the discussion for the panel. Guys, Raja and Manoj, if you have any, questions or thoughts on KKR, you are free to discuss.
Thanks. So it was a fascinating discussion. What you've but I had a few points that I wanted to ask the panel here. So we know that Owen Morgan is coming out of an injury, and also Nitish Rana is recovering from COVID. He has tested negative, but they still they say that the repercussions last a long time. If you can see the same thing with Rituraj Gaikwad, it took a bit of time for him to get into the groove. So considering that the two of them are starters in your first 11, do you think it will be a bit of a concern for KKR? At least in the initial stages.
Yeah, it can be, but I think Rana is recovered now. He did join the camp today. Today was his first day. So he was at the ground, but yeah, he should be in a good nick. Like for if he has to start on 11th of April. But yes, it can be a concern. But then yeah, automatically I think for Rana there's a replacement. Venkatesh Iyer, he might play. But that's a concern if Rana doesn't play, because Rana is an impact player. He might not look like one, but if you see his scores, right, whenever he's got on to make big ones or decent ones, right, like 50 or 80s, he had like a score. He was like a binomial 80-0, 80-0, 80-0. He was scoring in last season, so he has an impact, right? So he has to play. I hope he is fit. And so with respect to Morgan, he did split his finger, hand waving, so to say. But I think I heard Abhishek Nair in the evening that he might play on the game. That there is a practice match day after tomorrow, so he will be playing then. So I think he will, because his stitches are gone. That
Right.
he has confirmed Morgan. So I think
That's
he will.
good.
He will play.
Let's hope they're fit and fine and firing on all cylinders. Another aspect that I had with KKR last year, one concern area was that they weren't picking enough wickets. I felt you had the highest wicket taker last year was Varun Chakravarti with 17 wickets, and Pat Cummins, who was very solid, but he didn't take enough wickets. I felt he finished with I think 14 wickets in 14 games, and added to that, guys like Mavi, Nagarkoti, and even Prasidh Krishna went for a lot of runs. Do you think that the fast bowling is still a bit of a concern here, and in the bowling as a package in itself?
Yeah, especially new bowling is a concern. First one being Pat Cummins. I think there's two views to it. I see it. One angle is for Pat Cummins, right? So there is no other bowler at the end who is creating the same pressure at Pat Cummins. Okay.
Correct.
So yeah, so whatever pressure Pat Cummins is creating, it's just like it just goes up for a toss. And secondly, same. So there is no, again, at the other end there is not a bowler who is creating a pressure, and then the batsman can go after Pat Cummins, and Pat Cummins then can take wickets. And Pat Cummins is especially loose against left-handers. If you see in the Border Gavaskar, the test series that we had, right?
Right.
If you see, he was very loose against left-handers. So that is a concern. And there is no other good power play bowler, I'll say honestly. Shivam Mavi is, but I don't know why they don't use him in the power play, and they use him at like
After the
middle
8th or 10th, they're usually bringing him after the power play. Yeah.
Correct. So he acts like an enforcer. But I think they should start with Mavi and Cummins in the power play himself, and then Prasidh Krishna, because I think in the recent concluded series as well, you saw, right? Prasidh Krishna is very expensive at the top, like when he starts off. But as the game progresses, he gets his groove back. He has a good Yorker as well. So Prasidh Krishna can be, or from over number 7 to 20, you can just bring him anywhere at the moment, and he can, I think, deliver it for you. But yes, new bowling is especially a concern. But apart from that, after that, I think we can contain. I won't say we can take wickets, but we can contain the opposition very well. And there is one problem in schedule, right? I don't just want to bring this up. So KKR plays, not KKR. Like many teams play their few teams play their 5 games at the last, right, at one venue, right?
Correct.
So don't you think it breaks momentum, like at the start I'm saying, so they play 3 games at one, like Chepauk, 2 at Wankhede, 4 at Ahmedabad, and they have 5 at the end. If you see for Mumbai, right, they start their first 5 games at Chepauk only itself.
Correct.
And then they have this momentum, so first 5 games they can really settle in. So that I have a problem with. And the second, if you see, right, when KKR or SRH, they finish their last match, okay, so CSK and DC will still have two matches left. So don't you think it gives them an advantage as well? Because they will know in what they can do in these 2 matches if there is a scenario of them qualifying over KKR or SRH. Right? So that two things have to be, yeah, as far as the schedule. But as is for the Chinnaswamy that you said, yeah, the bowling. I know it can be worse at Chinnaswamy, but if they can restrict anything under 180, KKR will just easily walk it off.
Just to add to what Aditya was saying, I think this is one aspect KKR will be looking to improve. I think their quicks, the Indian quicks, have to step up their game. For example, Prasidh Krishna, with the experience that he's gained recently from the England series, and also Nagar Koti has been a really good bowler over the years. So I think they have to step up the game. They'll be looking to really improve and then really pick wickets in the mid overs and also during the start of the innings. Raja, I have one question from my side.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not a big fan of Ian Morgan as the captain of this team. Do you see any other player who could lead this side? Apart from DK, DK has given up his captaincy. Do you see any other player who could lead this side and take them to the finals this year around?
Shubman Gill, like I did want to, because the thing that happened in mid-season, right? So there I would have want like KKR could have done what DC had done, right? Like, like bring in what they did was Shreyas Iyer mid-season. So they could have done that. It will be just putting too much pressure on Shubman Gill. But I think KKR looks at him as someone that they might retain him over the years. Like just like they have did with Andre Russell and Sunil Narayan from 2014, Narayan to even from 2012.
Right.
So Gill looks like that prospect. Yeah, but apart from that, I don't think so. Now they have like few options, as in Shakib Al Hasan, Pat Cummins. He captains on NSW in Australia. But in IPL, I'm not a fan of overseas captain as much. But because you have Morgan and Warner, so yeah, and Williamson is also a good captain. But yes, but they have been very few.
So the team also purchased Harbhajan Singh. I don't think we mentioned him during the talk. Any chance that he may get a game, or do you think think that it's a sentimental buy more than anything else?
It's a tactical buy. Only Harbhajan was bought because they couldn't get Krishna Bhagavatam. So they went for him till 6.5 or 7 crores. So KKR and SRH were bidding for him, and then suddenly CSK came and just bought him. That's why Harbhajan Singh has come. I don't think there was any good off spinner around. So I think that's why they went with Harbhajan Singh, and he can be very handy, right? He can be tactical when for let's say you have a match against Kings and Punjab and DC.
Right.
So DC has 3 left-handers in their top 5. It can be Hetmeyer, Pant, and Shikhar Dhawan, right? And same for Punjab as well. I think he has a very good record against Kings and Punjab. And also Harbhajan is a very underrated T20 bowler. I think he doesn't look like someone like who has a good figures, but if you see his figures, he's a very good bowler.
Kuldeep has had a steep fall in his fortunes as well, right? From being a part of the white ball cricket at any levels, making us doing really well in test teams, is slipping out of Indian reckoning. I think this will be a crucial year for him.
Yeah, but I don't think he might get again like a good 6-7 games. I'm again like last year. Might just get 5 games or even less, because Kuldeep like really has to find his rhythm, and I think he's a rhythm bowler because you can hear wicket keepers shouting like in Hindi they will say tere haath se acha hai, stuff like that, right? So yeah, that is their one. And second, the pitches has to aid as well, because in Chennai and Delhi, I think they don't play at Delhi. They played Ahmedabad. 4 games they have in Ahmedabad, right. So there, I don't know if the KKR goes with 3 spinners, then he might have a role. But again, it's very hard. And I don't know if you guys are surprised, like why KKR retained him or why he was not traded to like other team, like let's say Mumbai Indians, because they were really looking for a spinner. They did ask Sunrisers for Rashid Khan. I think Tom Moody revealed it somewhere, and then they in the auction they really went after Piyush Chawla. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Aditya, for joining with us and sharing your thoughts on KKR. Hope to catch up with you sometime again as the season progresses.
Same man. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
That's all for the episode, guys. Thanks for taking the time and listening to our show. Stay tuned for the episodes with super fans of other franchise. Bye bye.